Hey, nerdy sports fan, doing our first post-game video for a while. Sorry it's been a bit. I've been a little loaded down at the beginning of the season here, but that's freeing up. So, um, this game was about what I expected. The 49ers are just a better team, but the Cardinals have some life to them. They really do have the offense to combat really good teams like San Francisco. They just don't have the personnel yet, and they're a little lacking in experience. But seriously, Kenyon Drake's first game with the team, over 100 yards rushing, 50-ish yards receiving, touchdown. I mean, the guy was all over the place. He's a great piece for this offense, and Kyler Murray looked good. They don't have the most talented offensive line, but what they were doing on offense really kept Murray clean most of the game. So they didn't look outclassed. And that's what you like to see with a young team. They're not going to be great. They're not going to win now. I get it. But, I mean, they're definitely going in the right direction. Now, on the San Francisco side of things, you really saw why they went after Emmanuel Sanders in trade. So he's a veteran. He knows this offensive system. He was just working under Rich Scangarello, who was part of this long Kyle Shanahan coaching tree. Well, people are calling it what? Oh, the dude from the Rams. Forget his name now. Sean McVay. Sean McVay coaching tree. But it's all the same system. So Scangarello, who was just here with Kyle Shanahan running the offense with him, now gets hired as the coordinator for Denver. So Emmanuel Sanders had all season to work with this system and know exactly what his role is. And now he goes to a quarterback that can throw with anticipation and hang in the pocket. I mean, it's a huge upgrade for Emmanuel, and it's a huge upgrade for Jimmy G as well. He gets a veteran who knows the system and comes into the game trusting the system. It's like the automatic answer for both of them was to assume the other guy knew what he was doing. They looked like they had been teammates for a decade. So the kind of anticipation that Jimmy G was throwing Emmanuel open with, it was fun to watch. And you heard Troy Aikman talk about it very, very frequently during the broadcast. So it's not just me. I mean, a former quarterback notices how special that is, that immediate connection. So both trades look really good for both teams. I know I questioned why the Cardinals would even make the kind of move for Kenyon Drake that they did, but you can see it's going to pay off. He's a talented player, and if they get into next season what they got today, this is going to be really good for them in their second year. Kyler Murray has a running back that he can lean on now, especially considering David Johnson Jr. is out with injury. So this is perfectly timed for them. They just don't have the record to make win now kind of moves. So it's still a bit of a head scratcher, but it's a solid piece that they're going to benefit from going forward. San Francisco almost bricked it. I mean, the Cardinals shouldn't hold on as long as they did against a team that's undefeated at this point. The Cardinals aren't the greatest squad right now. So the fact that it was a close game and really comes down to a poorly planned timeout at the end of the first half. Cardinals win this game if it's not for that botched timeout called by Cliff Kingsbury at the end of the first half. That to me is the play of the game. So they're 4th and goal, like half a yard line, the 49ers are. And plays snapped. Apparently, Cliff Kingsbury wanted another look at it and called the timeout just as the play was starting. But the rest of us just saw 49ers run and get stuffed. So everybody assumes that they got stopped and they're going into halftime up only 14-7. Well, Cliff Kingsbury's timeout gives them another crack at it. They come with a nifty play with Emmanuel Sanders, who made a very good play on the ball, with an extremely well-thrown ball from Jimmy G. I mean, this was frickin' poetry. And they get the score. So that's a 7-point swing right there, and of course they lose by less than that. So, yeah. Let that be a lesson, 49ers. You have to come correct every week. I was worried that this would be a trap game for them. But they didn't fall into it. So hopefully they come with the proper intensity in 2 weeks, because they're facing this same team a couple of weeks from now at home. But yeah. I really enjoyed this game. Sad to see George Kittle get dinged up, but you know, he didn't get dinged up so bad with the knee that he's going to be out for weeks and weeks. I mean, he finished the game. He made some really good plays with a dinged up knee too. And now that they play, you know, they've played Thursday night, they get a few extra days. It's almost like having a bye week. They're going to have a lot of people heal up. Kittle will get time off, so his knee's fine. And they're going to get Joe Staley and McGlinchey back. And this already strong running game and offensive line as a whole is going to get stronger. So I think the 49ers are getting healthy at the right time. I hope they don't sustain any more injuries. I hope nothing serious comes of the knee from Kittle. And we're likely to see them do some real damage in the playoffs. Jimmy G is looking much, much better now that he has a veteran receiver that knows the offense, a target that he can lean on outside of Kittle. They can really make some noise. I'm excited because the 49ers haven't been that good in a long time. Even the year that they made the Super Bowl and lost to Baltimore, I didn't think they were as good that year as I do right now. So, I mean, that's lofty expectations. They need to get there first. But Harbaugh's teams were all about toughness and just out-hustle, out-play hard everybody else. Not Mr. Shanahan's. Yes, they have a very, very good running game, but it seems to be about depth and scheme. And I think that's more sustainable. At least the players do. I mean, they're staying around. It's going to be fun to watch, San Francisco fans. It really is. The rest of the season is going to be really enjoyable. I'm glad I got to catch this game on Thursday Night Football. I watched the games primarily through the Yahoo Sports app, which I'm very thankful for, Yahoo, and Amazon Prime, as I'm too damn cheap for cable. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoy catching the Thursday night games, and it was great to watch a good game, but an expected outcome. I mean, everybody knew the 49ers were going to win coming into this, but Arizona made it very interesting, and I'm sure appeased a lot of their fantasy football owners. So next season, by the way, Arizona is a team you need to be all over for fantasy football because they're going to make a leap. But that's enough of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the post-game coverage. I know it's been, haven't done one yet this season, and I did promise that. So hit up the rest of my videos for pre-game coverage of the Sunday games, which haven't happened, obviously, and you can still get some good fantasy football advice. Hit up the Nerdy Sports Fan Weekly for the power rankings that I just put out. We'll catch you next week, guys.